Welcome back to the Beige Flag, everyone. I'm your great host, Adam Tahir, and today we have a very special guest, Gabby, because Haley ditched us and went off to Italy and said she won't be doing the pod for a month because she needs vacation.
Oh, wow. I'm backup. I didn't know that.
No, you're our guest.
All right.
Okay, so Gabby's my really good friend. So, Gabby, do you want to give an introduction of yourself and who you
Sure.
are to our...
I'm Gabby. I live in Seattle for the past, 3 years, but I'm from here. And I do operations for a clothing company called Varley.
Okay, so what is Wally? Is it like Lululemon and Viore?
Kinda. It's an English activewear, loungewear brand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been popping up on my Instagram feed.
Oh, our ads are working then.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. So who are you guys targeting? Is it just like people like us in our age?
Well, we don't have men's, but yeah. 30s, 40s.
30s,
women.
40s?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's like not the younger generation. It's like...
Not really.
No.
But we have young stuff too.
Yeah.
It's for anyone.
And then is it popping off? Are you guys like...
We have our first store in London, and we're going to make stores in the U.S. this next year.
Wow. So you're gonna... So are you gonna travel?
Probably. Yeah.
Nice. Are you excited?
I am, yeah.
Right.
It's a fun job.
So you know the premise of this show.
Yes.
It's about dating in general.
Yeah.
So how's your dating life these days?
Going on a lot of dates. Not really anything sticking, to be honest. I'm very single.
When you say you're very single, so what happens on these dates?
Like, my phone is dry.
Like,
There's not even
nobody
a
texts you-
check-in. There's not a good morning. There's not anything.
do you expect people to do good mornings in this day and age?
No, but you know what I mean? Sometimes you just have those random people that you're kind of flirting with.
Yeah.
Right now, it's none. Zero. Which it's kind of nice. Taking a break, kind of, but still going on dates.
So when you say you go on these dates, are these just like casual, like coffee dates, ice cream dates, dinner dates?
I did ice cream. I did drinks. I did a concert. Well, not a concert, like a DJ thing. Yeah, just a variety.
And you're just saying yes to every single one of these dates?
If there's something there and I think they're interesting, I will meet up. I'm going on like one a week. It's kind of a lot.
That's honestly, in winters, I feel like that's a lot because right now it's the holidays time and you have every day is kind of booked up with events, right? So then I feel like taking time off to go on a date. Are you gonna go on any dates during the Christmas week?
I mean, probably not.
Yeah.
But if someone lives local and they also have some time off and we can go on a date, I'm not going to make the holidays seem like you can't date at all. You know?
That is okay.
I'm just saying yes to things.
So you're just open.
But it's kind of getting tiring.
So is it all right? Are you exclusively dating online?
Yeah, I don't really meet people in real life, sadly.
Why?
Anymore. It's hard. Like, I'm kind of not drinking. So going out to bars gets boring and expensive. And I don't really have like outside hobbies that are with a group of single people. Like, I have girlfriends that are married, having children, a couple single girlfriends, and it's just hard to meet people in person.
Or so you don't go to cha-chas anymore at night?
Not really. I've taken a little break. So, but that Thursday dating app was doing cha-cha last Thursday.
Really? Did you go?
I did not, because the first one was empty.
So, you know the one where in Seattle where you can like go pitch a friend? Do you want me to go pitch you?
I would love that.
Okay.
Make a PowerPoint of me.
Yeah, I'll take a PowerPoint out of you. All right, I'll set it up.
Let's do it.
All right, let's go for it.
That's kind of desperation, though.
But like, I feel
It's
like,
funny, but
yeah, but it's like, I feel like everybody's kind of desperate, but like nobody wants to admit they're desperate to see someone. Everybody just wants companionship at the end of the day.
I think so. And it takes work. Like, people are like, oh, you'll just meet someone when you meet them. It'll just be random. You won't be expecting it. But I don't know if I believe in that. I think it does take some work. It's a numbers game. You got to get yourself out there. You got to meet people.
Yeah. Do you believe in quality over quantity though? Or are you just now quantity?
Well, no, quality, of course. I mean, I vet them before I go.
Yeah.
I'm not just going out with anyone.
Are you asking for their Instagram, their LinkedIn?
Sometimes. Like, have you asked for a LinkedIn before?
No, what I actually, if I see someone's profession and I look them up on LinkedIn to see
interesting.
if they're like telling the
if
truth
they're
about
yeah.
Or if
I've never done that.
Or if they're exaggerating about their profession.
Which probably happens a lot.
Yeah, but I feel like people in Seattle are either tech people or they're in finance.
I've gone on a lot of dates with tech people,
Yeah.
tech guys, and I just don't have anything in common with them. I don't know what it is. They're too smart, or their brain works differently, and I feel like it's been a tough. I don't know. I'm looking at that more like the Amazon, Google, Microsoft, kind of like, ugh.
So maybe
I don't know.
Maybe you should have that on your filter, like.
I paid for Bumble Premium.
Yeah.
Because they were having a deal.
Okay.
And it is better.
Is Bumble better?
I like Bumble. I don't have much luck on Hinge. I don't know why. The people that like me make me feel bad about myself.
What do you mean about that?
You know when you look in the people that liked you section, there's nothing good in there.
But like maybe you're just
It makes me feel like really that I think the algorithm is like messing with girls' brains. I really do.
And then I think Bumble is more female focused.
Right. But that algorithm too, they're putting the standouts under a paywall.
Bumble is?
Both of them.
No, I know Hinge does, and then you have to send them a rose every Sunday.
Bumble has a best B section, I think.
Okay.
And they kind of it's kind of a star. They have the star.
Gotcha.
So it's similar to the standouts. And no one wants to give a rose. That's desperation, too.
I don't know. I give out roses all the time. If I really want to match with someone, I'll give them a rose.
It's never worked for me.
Have you sent out roses?
I've sent them out.
Oh, I feel like
when you don't have likes left, it's like, okay, this is all I have left.
Oh, actually, when I do receive a rose, I feel a little different than when I do from a like.
Right? Because it's like you like me too much. Yeah. It's weird. But no one wants to feel like that.
But I feel like with girls, since we've always been told they have too many options, and if they sent out a rose, they could be like, are you not getting any matches? Right.
So what's wrong with you? Kind of thing. I don't know. But Hinge is not making me feel good about myself. I might delete it.
Okay.
It just doesn't seem even playing fields.
Do you use Tinder at all?
No. Should I?
No.
Okay, Cupid.
You could go on Match.com.
My mom wants me to.
Why don't you try Raya?
It's douchebag.
That is true.
You know, like paying, and they don't even live here.
Yeah, it's all over the world.
Yeah, they
right?
show you everywhere. It's like, no.
Well, you could match up with Lewis Hamilton.
Who's that?
The F1 driver.
Is he single?
Probably, because I've seen people talk about him on being on Raya.
Oh. No, I would never go on Raya. That's not the type of person I would want to date.
But you lived in LA.
Yes. When I was in my 20s, and I guess I'm aging myself, but I think I was there when the apps even started to get bigger. Like when Bumble was introduced, Hinge.
I remember Tinder used to do like parties on our campus to promote the app.
Hinge?
No, Tinder.
Oh, Tinder. Oh, funny.
Back in 2014.
That's like the first one, I feel like.
You remember that with Yik Yak?
What's that?
You don't remember Yik Yak?
No.
It was just like a community square for colleges. It was Twitter for colleges.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
And you used to post and comment about it. And then I think, along with that, there was Tinder. I also went to school in SoCal. So how was your dating experience in...
You know, I had 2 long-term boyfriends off of Bumble. So I know the apps work. And I have a friend that's married to a guy she met on Bumble. So I'm not against them. And I feel like maybe they were better in my 20s. I'm not sure. Because now I'm having a hard time. Or maybe it's Seattle. I don't know.
Maybe in Seattle, people are just like... not ready to date or don't know how to date. I've seen this many times. I don't think they know what they want.
I've heard guys say that.
Yeah.
But LA's flaky and you have all that, but I think there's just more people there.
The pool is way bigger.
Yeah. So your choices are higher. You can go on more dates. I don't know what the difference is.
There's also suburbia in California where you can just go.
Yeah.
The OC where you can find people to settle down. But people are still douchey over there.
Yeah.
But people are douchey everywhere.
And there's a lot of people from everywhere now in Seattle, so it's, Yeah.
So let's talk about your dating life. Have you dated?
Okay.
Have you exclusively had long-term relationships as you were growing up, or when you started dating?
I had I'd have a 2-year relationship and then I'd be single for a year and then another 2-year relationship. And now I've been single for a year. That's been like the past decade, kind of.
You've only been single for 1 year?
Now, yeah.
I met you like almost a year ago, didn't I?
Yeah. You did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been like a year.
Okay.
Almost.
Gotcha.
I think in Feb.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm trying not to jump right into something, but I am 33. So I am kind of like, well, I would like to meet someone.
Do you want to get married and settle down?
I don't know if I want to get married or have kids, but I definitely want a partner.
Yeah.
I want to like travel with someone, buy a house with someone.
Go to farmer's market on Saturday.
It's just better to do something with someone else, right?
Yes, because one, if you have to go to a party where you don't know anyone, it's easier to have a companion.
Yeah.
And it's also like, especially when you're traveling, and if you're like find a partner who is interested in traveling as much as you,
that would be my dream.
Then it makes traveling so much better.
It does.
Because one, you get to cut costs in half.
Yeah. Well, and all my single girlfriends or girlfriends in general, they can't always go when I can go. They can't always get the time off. Yeah. They have their own families now. So you're kind of left by yourself. And solo travel as a girl is kind of scary, but...
Weren't you just
I did, but I was in a group, so it wasn't like I was really solo.
Did you go to Scandinavia recently, from what I saw?
I was in London and Berlin.
Gotcha.
I did not swipe.
What were you doing over there?
In those cities.
Work?
I went for work, and then I met up with my friend in Berlin who lives there. So
guy friend?
And she met her boyfriend now on an app in Berlin.
Maybe you should move to Europe and swipe over there. It's a whole new continent of dating.
Yeah, maybe. How would I get a work visa?
You can probably get a work visa in the UK because your company is based out of the UK.
True.
And UK especially.
I don't want to leave my family though.
That is true. Oh. Is that why you
They're
came
all
back
here.
to Seattle?
Yeah. I'd been gone for 8 years in California, so it was time. I missed home. Yeah. So...
Do you ever want to live anywhere, or this is it? This is your final stop?
I think this is it. But I like a job that I can travel, so at least I can do trips, but I think I want to settle here. And that's when I'm dating here, I do keep that in mind. Is this guy going to be here?
Yeah.
Or is he willing to move here, like stay here, if he is from somewhere else,
Yep. Are you going to, what if they go down to California? Are you, fine doing a long-term?
I don't think I can do a long distance. But more and more, I'm good being on my own.
See, that's a very...
and I don't want a guy messing up my bed, snoring. So maybe long distance would be good.
But I think that's just a really dangerous position because I'm really comfortable being on my own now.
It's almost scary.
Yeah, because then on Friday nights, I don't want anybody calling me. I just want to, after work, lay down on my couch.
I know.
And just decompress.
And the last thing you want to do is bicker with someone or have to do some plans that they have to do with their coworkers and you have to go. Mm-hmm. But if you really like someone, I feel like you would.
And then if you like...
It's just going to take someone super special for me, at least.
Yeah, I feel like if you like someone that way, I think their friends is just you're gonna like him, and a person's company says a lot about them. So if you see their friends are really bad, you could be like...
It is important, yeah.
Why are you hanging out with them?
I feel like I'm getting pickier as I'm getting older, which is kind of not good because my pool's getting smaller, right? As I'm getting older.
But is the pool now people who've been in after their first marriage getting over their
probably.
I saw this online. This girl was talking about, I'm 35, so my mom
divorcees.
Said divorcees. She goes perfect, so they know how to handle a marriage.
That's a good point.
Yeah, or not to handle marriage.
Or you got kids.
Yeah, are you fine with dating someone that has?
I've never dated someone with kids. I don't want to rule it out, but I don't know. I want to travel.
But what if their
Can you do that with a kid?
What if the kids are a little older and they stay with the half and half?
Yeah, that could work.
Yeah.
I'm not very maternal.
Oh.
But I could change.
Maybe you start liking the
Yeah,
kids
maybe.
more.
Like, oh, maybe I want a kid now.
And then, do you ever thought about having kids?
Kind of, but I'm not really. I don't. It's not like, oh, I need this. Like,
Yeah.
I need to find my guy now because I want this baby. I'm not. If it happens, it happens, and I kind of lean more towards not having. But if I really like the guy and we decide, then I'm not gonna rule it out.
You know what scares me is like bringing a kid into this world where it's so messed up these days.
I know.
Like, why am I gonna? Can you imagine them going to college or trying to buy a home?
I mean, is college even gonna be a thing?
I don't know.
I feel like
probably $200K a year by that time.
right. Like I can't afford. I don't know how people afford it.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Where did you go to school?
the wars. College?
Yeah.
I went to Western Washington in Bellingham for a year, and then I went to San Francisco State
Oh, so
and studied fashion.
and then you moved to New York City.
I interned in New York City when I was younger
Yeah.
for like in the summers.
And then
Then I moved to LA after San Francisco to work in fashion.
did you date someone who was working for Benny Blanco?
Adam, you did not warn me you were going to bring this up.
I'm just like super curious because Benny Blanco's dating
Yes.
Selena Gomez right
I
now.
know, I saw that. And I've met him before. I mean, he would never remember me. I was at a party. But
How is he in person? Is he just like same person persona he is online?
I mean, I didn't really talk to him, but he's just, I don't know his personality online, honestly. I don't know much about him besides his music, but he was fine. He was nice. He was dating like a really young model type when I was there. He seems like a typical LA industry guy.
Yeah. Super rich.
But shocking about the Selena Gomez.
Yeah, so I don't know why she's dating. So that's why I still can't figure it out.
It's industry. It's LA. I don't know. They all date each other.
That is true. It's just like this one big club.
They work together. They write music together. I don't know. Yeah.
Okay, so
But yes, I did date someone that was his assistant back in the day. Damn it.
it's okay. It's okay. Hopefully he'll see this one.
Edit that out.
No, that's going on TikTok. And I'm tagging Benny Blanco.
No.
Okay. So then after New York City, you moved to LA.
Yeah.
And then
And I was there for a long time.
Okay. And then you dated someone long term.
I dated two guys there long term. And then like one guy was kind of an in between long term.
Like a casual thing?
Yeah, but I think we wanted something more, but it didn't work out. So like 3 pretty significant long term relationships there from all the apps, which
Huh. Okay.
not
So
terrible. I mean,
have you ever met anyone between all these long term relationships? You're like, maybe this is the one.
yeah, those thoughts would go through my head,
Yeah.
but I always hit the year 2 mark, and for some reason they drove me nuts. Like it wasn't the right match.
Okay.
It wasn't the right fit. Things started coming out where I was like, this might not be right.
My understanding has always been like after the 6-month mark to the year mark is where you figure things out if it's like gonna last long term or not.
6 months is early.
Really? For me, I feel like 6 months you start to get like know a person's in all their like moods, and between the year
True.
you've seen them during the holidays, you've seen them in the summertime, wintertime, and you've seen what they like or how they are, and probably you've met their family and friends.
Yeah. But sometimes it takes longer for their little things to come out. Like,
That is true.
I don't know.
The skeletons in the closet. All the baggage.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Just things you didn't know. Maybe they had a gambling problem you didn't know about.
And they had someone came up to the house.
Or, I don't know, a sex addiction. Or,
What do you mean?
or like they frequented strip clubs too much. And you
Okay.
started like being like, that's kind of odd.
Yeah, why do you want to go to strip clubs so often?
Just weird that they hid their phone more,
Oh.
you know?
Have you ever dated anyone that had 2 phones?
Yeah.
Did you find out about the second phone or?
Yeah, it was a work phone.
Oh, gotcha.
But it was still a lot of, yeah,
Yeah, why can't they just have one phone?
Right,
Work
a lot of
on their phone?
sneakiness.
Yeah. Okay.
for sure.
So then you moved.
So yeah, I haven't been past the 2-year mark now in any relationship, I don't think.
Have you ever been like engaged?
No. Have you?
Me?
Oh yeah, you have,
No.
right? No.
Wait, why did I get it? When
I
did I
thought
get
you
engaged?
were in California.
To
No.
who?
Aladdin. Or I mean whatever the girl's name is on Aladdin.
No, I was never engaged in my life.
No, I haven't even been close. I would talk about marriage with some of my boyfriends.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it'd be cool if we got married like this. Like, but it was far out. Like, it wasn't anything like, oh, I'm buying you a ring. Like, you know.
So it was just like casual, like
Yeah,
talk.
like you do with.
Yeah, like, do you want ever gonna get married?
Yeah.
You just ask those
Like,
questions.
would we do it in Italy or would we just do it at home? You know.
Where would you want to get married?
I don't know.
Do you want a big wedding or
No.
a small wedding?
I don't even want to wear a white dress.
Do you want a court marriage?
A what?
Like, go to the court, sign your papers, walk out?
Yeah, a court. Yeah, that'd be fine.
So you don't want to go to Italy? How
That
about,
would be nice.
what I've seen is people are talking about, they just invite 20 of their closest friends and family.
Yeah.
They just have a big dinner.
I would love that.
And then it's
Yeah.
just like, it's way more intimate. And then with the big wedding, I feel like
It's
couples
so
fight
expensive.
so much.
It takes your whole year.
Yeah. And you bicker a lot.
Yeah, about really small details.
Yeah, like, what does the napkin look like?
Yeah, I can't deal with that. And it's so much money. I would never want my parents to put money into it.
Yeah.
So it just seems like a waste of money.
Yeah, you can just take that money and travel.
And it seems like it seems a little cheesy basic now. The wedding photos, the engagement photos, it's just basic. Everyone's done it. You're doing it for Instagram.
Yeah, did you see the girl who had the humongous wedding in Paris?
No.
Where the guy, like, she said, it's been reported, it's been like in the 50 million or 70 million wedding
Oh my God. For one wedding?
for one wedding. And then I think turns out the guy's like getting convicted for something.
Oh, of
The
course.
husband. But I think the parents paid
That's
for
juicy.
it. Yeah. You should look it up.
If I marry rich, maybe if they want to pay for it, sure.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Oh.
Too much.
So what's your ideal person that, like,
What I'm looking for?
yeah, like, what does your ideal person need to have? Like, what do you classify as like a deal breaker, like, or a must have?
What are my beige flags? Must have. That's a good question. That's hard for me to answer. I mean, I definitely want someone mature and in my same around age range that wants the same things as me.
What's your minus and plus in age then?
Right now I go like 4 down, 4 above.
Okay.
But it's starting like 27, 28 starting to be too young, I feel like.
They're still very immature.
Yeah, like some of them are mature and want to date a little bit of an older person, but I feel like I need to stay in the 30s
Yeah.
now. And someone that has a good career, who has goals, who wants to like settle down with someone and like buy a house and have fun and travel. I don't really have like a type, but
Have you dated all across the spectrum then? Mm-hmm. Really?
yeah.
So,
I don't have like a height or a thing. I mean, obviously I find others more attractive than, you know, so I like a guy that's into fashion,
okay.
that
So they can't
cares a
be
little
the-
bit how they,
So not Adam Sandler.
well, I guess if it's in an ironic way, that might be kind of cool.
But Adam Sandler's like a really good family man, right?
Yeah, true.
So
I like a guy that's put together.
okay, so someone that's like well groomed.
Yeah.
But what if you find someone that has like every other quality, but they're not well groomed, and you can like work on them and make them well groomed?
I'm down for that.
Yeah, you take
If
them
the
shopping.
personality's there and there's like attraction and we want to hang out all the time, I'm sure that could be fixed.
Okay, so do you have any deal breakers where it's like, oh,
Deal breaker.
like they have this gambling addiction you don't know about?
Yeah, no gambling addictions, please. No accounts on seeking arrangements.
Don't pay for OnlyFans.
Yeah, definitely no porn addiction. You know, one thing I've noticed, people that guys that smoke a ton of weed
Yeah.
or that drink too much, I'm not so into. The stoner vibe is not, I don't know what it is.
You don't like the California beach guys?
No. They come home, they smoke, they just sit around. I can't. I don't like a messy, dirty apartment.
Okay.
or house. Like, I don't know. I feel like they should at least care a little bit.
Yeah, like at least like make sure the dishes are in the
Yeah.
dishwasher.
Like clean your toilet,
Yeah.
do the dishes, which is sad. I have to say that.
Make
But
your bed.
I've seen some gross places.
You remember that episode of Love is Blind where the girl goes over to the guy's house and he has like the bad toilet that hasn't been flushed in weeks.
Ew, I don't remember.
Yeah, and they had like flies flying out of it.
Disgusting.
And the production team wanted to focus on that part of
Course they
Love is
did.
Blind. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of other red flags. I mean, anyone that comes off douchey.
Okay.
Like, oh, I drive this car, I have this watch, and I know so-and-so.
Yeah.
Or one day I went to Dubai and I met this person. Like, I don't like that.
Or like the guys that's always like in the VIP section of the club
Yeah, no.
or popping bottles.
Any guy that's going to a club, no.
You don't go to clubs anymore? I texted you last week. You were at Monkey Loft.
Okay, Monkey Loft, it was like a little DJ thing. I was on a date.
Oh.
And I was like, sure, I'm down. But now I regret that.
Why?
Because the date was too long.
How long was it? 4 a.m?
I mean, we met at 9 for dinner and drinks, and then we went to the thing at like 10:30, 11. And then it was, so we didn't leave till 12:30. And I'm like, no, I know better than this. Like,
Yeah.
that's too much time.
Well, I'm glad because Monkey Loft shuts down at 4 a.m.
I know. We were leaving and it was starting to get crowded.
Then you popped into Supernova right across.
No. But I know better. You gotta like do an initial easy in and out date.
Yeah, you need an ice cream date. That's it.
Exactly. I know you told me about. I did go on a little ice cream date in Ballard.
But you don't like ice cream.
I know. We shared like a cookie ice cream thing.
And then did you make a face on like, what is this?
No, it was good. It was fine. But it was perfect because it was you can just eat for like an hour, hang out,
Yeah.
ask the interview questions, and then leave.
Okay, so
now I learned my lesson. No club dates with a first time meeting someone.
What's been your best first date? Any like date that stood out in mind?
I mean, they're pretty normal. Most of them are pretty all the same. Like,
What about like when you were in your dating in LA? Was there one that you were like, oh my gosh, this is perfect?
I did like a second or third date with my last boyfriend there. We went to a concert and then we went to like this little club, like this hip hop club, and it was super fun. Like it was very like places I've never been, and he had planned it out. That was fun. But that was a second or third. So I knew him, I was already. But first dates, I'm usually just grabbing drinks.
Yeah, first date, and then it takes at least 2-3 dates for a person to get comfortable with someone to actually enjoy being on a date.
Yeah, I know the first one or two, you're kind of nervous. You're just trying to feel the person out.
Yeah, you feel like, are you crazy or not?
Right,
And, like,
trying to find their like weird icks.
Yeah.
I haven't been on a second or third date in a while.
Oh, it's only been first dates?
Yeah.
Oh, what do you think is like stopping you from going on a second date?
I'm just trying not to waste time or waste anyone else's time. Yeah. Like if I don't feel it, then I don't know. I kind of I'm busy the next time they ask.
You are pretty flaky.
I am not.
Actually, I'm the flaky one. Whenever I would text you, I'm like, what's you doing? And you're like, we're going out. And then I would be like,
yeah,
oh.
Then you're like, I'm staying in.
Yeah.
You're not worth it.
Dude, it takes me a lot for me to go out now.
It does. I mean, you want it to be fun and worth your time.
Yeah.
And I haven't found anyone yet that I want to go on a second date with.
Do you have any nightmares of first date?
Okay, so I went out with this guy a couple Fridays ago, and I got a douchebag vibe, but he was kind of cute. Mm-hmm. And I should have known he was 28, so I should have been like, no. But we were texting after, and he asked me to brunch, and I was like kind of into it, but I was busy when he asked me to go. And then I told him, oh yeah, I was out in Bellevue last night, and we ran into Richard Sherman because he owns a bar there.
Okay.
I was just talking, making small talk. He goes, I don't like girls that find validation through NFL players or through like professional sports players.
What do you mean, like You didn't tell him like, oh yeah, we partied all night and I went home with.
Exactly. It was just kind of like, oh, it's a sighting.
Yeah.
I don't even care about football.
You were just trying to talk about like something.
Yeah, I was just trying to keep the conversation going, and he said that, and I haven't heard from him next. Well, like
that was his last text message.
Well, he goes, and I was like, oh, I didn't mean it in validation. I just meant it was a random sighting, and I wanted to be like, fucker, you don't know who I am. You don't know me. Yeah, why would you say that? But then he goes, okay, have a good night. And I just never responded. And he never responded.
Oh, so that's the end of it. I've done that before. One time I texted back. Some girl texted me like, oh, it's not going to work out. Or I don't think it's going to work out. Do you want to be friends? I responded, who is this? I was being so petty.
Tom Petty over here. Yeah. Wait, were you actually interested in her? Were you bummed out?
No, I wasn't bummed out. I was just annoyed because like they took 3 days to respond back.
Oh, that's rude.
Yeah, and then they said that, and I was like, and by that time I had deleted their phone number.
Oh yeah,
because
they didn't respond. Yeah, I would do that too.
And then I was like, who is this?
Did they respond again?
No, they didn't respond.
That's a pretty sick burn.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, I haven't had any horrible dates. A couple catfishes ish.
What do you mean a catfish? The
guys know their angles too, ladies. They know their best photos too. It's not just us girls.
Were these photos like 4 years old?
Yeah, exactly. Like 30 pounds lighter or heavier. And I've learned like when a guy doesn't really show his face or teeth in the photos or full body, which I guess this is obvious, but like when they're really artsy and they don't really show their face, it's like they might not look like
who they are.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So that's like nothing terrible, nothing like horrible going home crying or like anything shocking.
One of the other things I've started learning is like I can't date people who were an only child.
Oh, interesting. That's one of your red flags?
No, it's just like it's not my red flag, it's just like a personal preference now. Because I feel like if you were an only child, you got all the attention from your parents and you never learned those basic skills of like being compassionate towards others and sharing and being considerate of other people's feeling.
But I think people can grow out of that too and form relationships where they do care.
Yeah.
And care for someone.
But like if it's obvious on a first date, then I'll be like,
oh, like they're like greedy.
No, if they're obvious on the first date and then I'll ask, are you an only child? And they're like, yes. And then I'll be like, okay, that makes sense.
Wow, you call it out.
Yeah. I'll just ask.
I've never really thought of that.
Yeah.
But I think all my exes had siblings. I don't know if that means anything, but could mean something.
In the future, you could ask them on the first date.
Yeah.
That could be
I don't need any more like filters in my dating because I'm already starting to get pickier.
What's your pickiness now?
I mean, I have the Bumble filters.
What's a Bumble filter? What's your Bumble filter?
They have to be liberal.
Okay, what about being a moderate? Come on, you can't.
The moderates.
Liberals in Seattle are like, I feel like.
Well, there's only like 3 options on Bumble, right?
True.
There's liberal, moderate, conservative.
Okay.
Or apolitical.
Yes. So what about if you're apolitical?
That's fine. But to me, I think you should care about your country and the politics. You don't need to be like on CNN 24/7. But a little knowledge is good. And I lean more left.
Okay.
So I'm not dating a conservative. So I filtered that out. Okay. And the moderates, honestly, are pretty... like Republican.
Okay.
But they just say they're moderate. I don't know. So I have that filtered.
Well, where they say they're like fiscally conservative and socially liberal.
I just think that's a cop-out.
Yeah.
I think it's a cop-out. And then you have to want a relationship.
Okay.
So I'm not looking on something casuals or don't knows.
Yeah.
Because that's a waste of time.
And plus, if you're in your 30s, you should know.
Right. There's like 40-year-olds that want kids that say they don't know what they're looking for, but they want kids.
How does that even work?
Yeah, okay. What's another one? I mean, I want them nearby, so my mileage is like 20 miles.
That's like pretty decent for Seattle because it's just a small city. So then you cover Bellevue too.
Yeah. What else?
What if they live in Kirkland or Snohomish?
Snohomish is far.
Yeah.
Kirkland's not too far.
I was just in Kirkland over the weekend.
Yeah. There's a lot of people in Tacoma, but that's far.
Dude, that's like a... Tacoma's a
I
different
know, but I'm starting
thing.
to not find anyone I like.
But I feel like
I'm going to have to start driving.
I feel like if you live in Tacoma, that's just a long distance relationship.
It kind of, yeah.
Because it's like an hour and a half away.
Yeah.
During traffic hours.
Yeah. It'd be a weekend relationship.
Yeah. I was on a date with someone, and she drove from Tacoma to come see me to go eat pizza at Bolato's. And then after the date, it wasn't going well at all because...
Oh, no. Why?
I had my I had my wisdom teeth taken out. So I was just in a crappy mood.
Oh, no.
And she was sick. So we ate pizza in like 30 minutes. And she's like, sorry, I think I should head back. I'm like, okay, cool. And then she drove 45 minutes back.
And never talked to her again?
Not really, because we didn't feel any connection.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're giving it a shot. You're giving love a try. We all have to.
Yeah, what happens if you don't give love a try?
Then we're going to be sad alone with 2 cats.
Yeah, I do. Hey. But you love cats too.
I do. I just don't want my own, but...
You don't want a cat? What's wrong with you?
I'm not dealing with that open air kitty litter box.
No, what you do is you get the robo litter that I got.
That's what my brother has. It is, yeah.
It's so nice. It's
yeah,
just
it is way better.
But a gross story. So the robo litter ran out of like the normal litter to clean it, and these 2 cats are really picky.
Even with their litter?
Yes. So I was working and they kept meowing, and I'm like, what are they talking about? I gave them food, so I couldn't understand. So I was just ignored it. I kept working. I go to the bathroom. I look in the tub. They pooped in my tub.
Oh, that was nice of them.
What do you mean?
I mean, that's nicer than the couch or the rug.
Okay, I understand, but
It's
why
a
couldn't they
smooth
just
surface.
Why couldn't they just poop in their litter box?
They're high maintenance.
Yeah, they are high maintenance. They went after their dad.
They're high May, yeah.
Okay. So aside from that, so before we go off,
Okay.
do you have any messages? What do you want to tell people who are trying to date in their 30s? Do you have any messages?
Oh my God. I mean, I'm trying to figure it out.
Like, what do you think? Like, if someone who's like have been, like me, I've become very jaded from dating.
Same.
So how do you keep the energy still to like go on a first date with someone?
I mean, I've also met really good people on the apps as a friend or just as a casual dating thing. So it's not like full of terrible people that you don't want anything to do with. But I think in your 30s, I think knowing what you want, which can be hard, and some of us don't know. Mm-hmm. But I think really breaking down what it is you want is important. And that's not being picky, like, oh, he has to be 6'5", and have $200,000 salary.
Which is middle class these days.
A Mercedes. Like, I'm not talking that. I'm talking, like, basic stuff.
Okay.
I think that helps. It's not really working yet for me. But I think really narrowing it down, like, if you don't want something casual, don't give the something casual guys a chance. And then sit and be like, oh, why isn't he texting me?
Or I could, like, turn him around.
Right. Don't fix guys. Don't fix these people. These dusty sons out there.
No projects anymore for you.
You're not getting paid for projects.
Okay.
You know?
I think that's good
so
advice.
I think, like me, I'm just holding to what I actually want. And that's like a serious relationship where we feel safe and we want to get to know each other.
The guy's a liberal. You can travel.
Yeah. A liberal guy that wants to travel with me.
Okay. I feel like that's not that hard to find. People are very left-leaning.
I mean, you have to have similar personalities and,
do you think,
and sense of humor. And
do they have to be close to their family?
Close as in... like traveling distance, or close as in like
are they close to their family in terms of their relationship?
I think that's a green flag to me, is when people are like super close with their family.
Yeah.
But no judgment if they're not. I know things happen, but I think that's a good thing when people are, guys are.
It makes things a little easier, right?
Yeah.
Over the holidays.
Yeah. I've definitely dated people that aren't close with or are at odds with their dad or their mom. And it isn't fun. That's for sure. It's awkward. So, yeah.
Okay. So, thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, thank you.
It's been nice seeing you after a long time.
Because you stay in here with the cats.
That is true. That is partially my fault. But I feel like
fun.
we had, like, it's been great having this conversation with
Yeah.
you. You have a great holidays. And we'll see you guys next week with another episode. Take care, guys. Bye.